Yo, what's up guys, Hank here. This is episode 1. Today we are going to be putting a new head on a Yamaha four-wheeler. I believe I love my Frankies, but yeah, be here soon. Okay, so the first part of this, I'm going to be showing you muffler before I open up the shop. This is the muffler. Yeah, this is the muffler. I'll go and show you guys in a second. Black cover. Black tip. Yes, it may be still filled with oil because the reason we're changing up the head is because it has a bent valve. And what the bent valve is doing is because the intake and the exhaust valve were bent. We're both colliding with each other. Way before my dad rebuilt it, he took a motor, an old motor, put parts off of it to this motor. Yes, I will have to push start it because the starters, I have 2 starters that burned up both of them. Battery's also junk, so yeah, it's starting to rain great. Yeah, we will be putting a new head on it. It does have lots of carbon buildup, that's normal. I have to do that so it will actually run, because this head that's on it, like I said, it's bad. It's bent, the valves are bent, it leaks oil like crazy. I thought the head gasket was blown, so I took it apart 3 times. 3 times, changed out the gasket a bunch. Nothing happened. Still leaked, and I was wondering, what could be the issue? Then I realized the valve was bent after I took it apart last time because it took a chunk off the head. Probably put it in the motor, I don't know. But right now I'm going to put water through this exhaust. So there's not much water running. There's exhaust. Nothing came out. So, I need to explain that. It's for the key. It does say spark without a battery. CDI is still picking up spark. But the reason with this motor is it's not firing. Okay, now it's firing. Here's the piston. You got the compression ring, the first compression ring, the main compression ring is what's basically called, and the secondary compression ring. And there's an oil ring, but this doesn't have it like this. Right here, first compression ring, second compression ring, secondary actually, and an oil ring. When the combustion process happens, and when the intake compression stage happens, it pulls the valve down, pulls the piston down, sucks air. What's happening with that is it's not sucking air, it's blowing air. The compression stroke is bent. Then when it comes back up with the fuel and air, it fires on. Spark plug fires the ignition, makes an explosion, pushes it down, the cam turns to the exhaust stroke and it goes down, up, closes, which I think how it bent was because that motor that he took apart and put the parts under that motor was already broke. And that's when I thought, maybe just check it out. I will be getting a timing chain for it, maybe. We are probably going to get into a drag four-wheeler, like drag cars. I'm trying to think of the word. The drag cars, yeah. That's what we're going to make it into. Full slicks, maybe a turbo, maybe a supercharger, I don't know. Seriously. And yeah, that's the thing. We may do that in videos. This is episode 1. We're changing the head out later today. Hopefully we get it fixed. I just hope it will. boxes. I don't know what it'll do after that, because if you get the head change, that 4-over jacking intake, no, the carburetor is broken. Basically what it's doing is, it doesn't have a choke. It came off somehow. I have no idea. My dad probably took it off. I don't know. We're going to be putting a bigger, stronger carburetor on it that can handle more horsepower and better airflow. The tube is about that big around for the intake side, and then it's bigger for the suction side. And it sucks air, and then one side's for fuel, and then it sprays fuel at a certain time. When it sucks fuel, the intake section happens, it pulls fuel out of the carburetor and sucks it. And later on, start running. Did check up the spark yesterday. Popped off. That has been setting for about 2 years now. I was surprised it didn't seize up. When I first started rolling it, I tried to put a battery in it. Click, 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 click. It would click, go lower. If the battery was bad, it would burn it up right away. Oh, hello. But yeah, so 4-stroke and 2-stroke is different. 2-stroke only has 1 piston ring or 2 piston rings. They build lots of compression. I'll show you that later on in the video. Yeah, I have a compression tester finally. I will show you it, and I will basically show you what numbers they are. And basically, when the compression stroke happens, the piston ring builds about 100 psi during running, and then hot, it builds like 70. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about this because I do know what I'm doing, and I can take some advice from you guys, if you know anything about cars. But what's wrong with this motor is, like I said, bent valves, everything else like that. I spent about 2 hours yesterday trying to fix it. We are going to run it on oil for now, because these heads are really carbon buildup. They're spotless on the inside. I gotta find the cap for it. I may just take the cap off the one. I'm gonna show you guys how to take the tensioner out, change out the other one. Sorry, burping. And then I'll show you how all it works. Yes, the cam will have a lot of space in it. I will have to show you how to space it out correctly inside the motor. It works the same way. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hey guys, what's up? Here. I'm back. As you can see, here it is. Now, first step. Yes, I know I didn't go over it, but this motor is a good motor. Sometimes. Never likes to work with it. But okay, here we go. First step. Take your screwdriver. You take your, I forgot what it is, you take your 17. You make sure it fits. That bolt comes straight off, so that's pretty good. Now, you just slide this nut right off. I'll give you guys a better view. Okay, so now you just slide this nut straight off. And the gear should just fall straight off. Now, you take your 5/16, take this bolt, and loosen it up. And you just loosen it a tiny bit. Yeah, so just supposed to click like that. This is just a Phillips, so I'm gonna unscrew that a little bit. Now, take your 17 again, take this nut off. This will release all tension on the tiny chain guide right here. So I'm gonna go around real quick, and it right here, and you turn it really hard. Sometimes they won't come out. Yes, they will make that noise. Then you just slide that nut right off. And then there's a spring. Be careful with the spring, because it will fly out sometimes. Okay, now since that's off, you get your 10mm, grab your ratchet, take the 17 off, and put the 10 on. There we go. Now, what you do next is 4 bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you stick it right in there, you loosen them. There we go. There's one. Doesn't matter what pattern you do it in. Yes, they will be very tight. If you ran it with this head, you bend the valve. I tighten these down, like I said, 3 times yesterday. Try to get running, let me know. Oh, also, don't forget to take this off, because when you take the head off, that'll take it off with it. Then you grab your last nut right here. Make sure every nut's loose. That's not, so it takes even pressure. Okay. 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 And okay. Then you just slide the nuts right off. And then that's all you gotta do, and then you gotta take these off right here. Then the head should just slide right off. If it doesn't, then yeah. Do not turn over the motor, because this will go straight up and you pop the piston out. So just make sure these bolts. Like I said, there won't be anything thrown or anything. If it was screwed in, it would. And hold on just a second. Okay. Now, take your 5/16, take this right up. And it goes. Now you just take it off. You loosen this one up. And just take it off. Sorry, that's my sister. Stop. Okay, I'm back. Okay guys, I'm back. After you get all those bolts off, you can just slide the cylinder head right off. Right here, you want to put the tiny chain guide right there. You want to stretch it like this. That arrow's pointing out while the piston's at top dead center, PVC. This mark can be forward. Now, the problem with this head is that that's going to be fine. There was a bunch of DB welds right here. I got it off. I'm going to go and prep this. The socket you want to need is 24. One on. Tighten it. It'll go on. Then you turn your ratchet to where it'll tighten. You don't have to torque it or anything like that. There we go. Now it looks good. Now I'm going to grab something. Here's the head. That's fine. That was built like that. So now there is a hole, an extra hole. As you can see, there's only 2 holes there. There's 3 holes here. So what I'm gonna do, find a screw that fits. I think I found one. Nope. I'll find where that hole goes later. Wait, that's it. Turn around, turn around. Nope. No. Maybe. Nope. Good. Okay, that's on. I'm gonna make sure it steers. Yep. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take these and get the teeth out that I need for the tensioner. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I finally got the tensioner out. Turns out there's a screw where that little hole goes. This is the tensioner. Goes right in here. So I'm going to plug this in. Yes, you will have to tie it in a bunch. Long way to get it in. So all set, and you guys can see this. All you gotta do is put the 4 bolts in, take those 2 nuts, put the screws in, and then you're pretty much done. Put the intake on, everything else on. Spark plug, of course. So see you guys in just guys. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the process of me putting it back together, so I will play a clip later on in the video of it running. It's going to be spicy.